Welcome back to Customs of the Week, Season 3, Episode 7. What's up, guys? My name is Jason. This is Dillon.
Welcome back, guys.
Customs of the Week is a weekly segment where we showcase 5 new artists and their amazing talents. And some of the things that we look for when we're picking out these artists are creativity, craftsmanship, difficulty, and overall composition.
So we have a really exciting lineup of artists to share with you guys today, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. So the anime that these were actually inspired by is called Darling in the Franxx, and I can't say that either of us are familiar with the anime, but nonetheless the artwork on these is absolutely insane. When we both looked at these are something that you just have to zoom in on. It looks like they particularly specialize in doing a lot of Vans, but they ventured over onto a pair of Yeezys here. It's pretty cool that they have all of their markers and their tools of the trade in the background, so it's really cool to see that these are done entirely by markers.
I think what blows my mind is the amount of detail in each of these, because as we both know, customizing on Yeezys, it's really hard to get that detail, because when you put the marker or the paint on the shoe, it kind of
primed it.
It kind of blotches,
spreads, you know what I mean?
Really, spreads really throughout the shoe.
You gotta have a really just high level of knowledge of working with these markers to pull something, this realism off, you know what I mean? So great job here.
If this style looks very familiar, it's because we actually featured Ninjasaurus last episode because he had the cookie and milk design. But again, he's just killing it. Yeah, man, he's making like some really dope customs. Just at first glance, you'd think that this is a picture, like a cartoon picture, right? Because he just did a really great job at executing that style on this shoe again.
It has that like sketch, cartoony look. I really like the gradient. You know, I don't think you catch it right away, but there is a clean yellow to orange gradient. I think the dripping onto the sole is really cool. The little highlight within each of the stripes. Just a lot of cool little tiny techniques that really tie these in together. So here we have a pair of Basquiat inspired Air Force Ones. I think these are really cool because Basquiat was really known for kind of his brush strokes. So it's interesting to try to apply that technique onto a pair of leather shoes. There's a lot of cool just colors popping in here, and his style is so easily spottable from a distance, and right away you know it's him, you know what I mean?
Right. I'd be pretty nervous putting all these colors together on a shoe. Yeah. But I don't think he was. It looks like he had a plan. He knew what he was doing, and he executed it really well.
Pulled it off. And then I think, a nice little subtle touch was doing it up against this little sidewalk or street, whatever, that had the spray paint in the background. It just kind of adds to the overall theme and feel to these.
The biggest challenge probably when it comes to customizing Yeezys, especially the V2s, is that you have to incorporate the stripe in there somehow. Yeah. But instead of doing the traditional stripe, they went with what the Pepsi logo looks like. Yeah. And I think that takes a lot to not follow everyone else and just throw the traditional stripe on there and maybe put the Pepsi like the font in there, like make it say Pepsi. So they really did a great job at making it their own.
Yeah, like you said, man, just taking that liberty to just kind of offset the stripe. It's still subtle, because at first glance it kind of looks like the stripe, but then when you realize, okay, it's offset a little, and then you realize it's kind of matching the top half of the Pepsi logo, which is really cool. They have these almost all white upper. The blue sock liner is really cool, the blue back tab. And then I really like this dyed sole, because, I don't know, I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it kind of reminds me of almost a Pepsi bottle or something. This blue, translucent, it just really helps tie these together. And then they have this original character that the artist and the client created. Just overall, really cool theme, and I'm sure these mean a lot to the client. I think the background of these with all the Pepsi cans is really clean too. And last but most certainly not least, we have this awesome collection of all these Power Ranger shoes. They have the 5 original Rangers along with the green and white Ranger. All of these have a really clean, unique touch with a lot of the symbols that were in the Power coins and stuff. I'm a huge Power Ranger nerd, so these, I'm a sucker for stuff like this. I think you did a really good job, and, any fan would be proud of these for sure.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's dope. It looks like Jordan released this in a pack.
Yeah,
Mosh really snapped on it. Yeah. All the colors are really done well. I think the White Ranger had some shadowing.
Yeah.
So it looks like armor.
Right,
so he
right.
Did a
and then
really
like
good
the
job.
Green Ranger, how he was able to pull off this metallic effect to actually look like the suit. There's just a lot of tiny little details that really just make this an awesome, unique pack.
So we hope you guys enjoyed all those cool customs of the week. Thank you for sticking with us on episode of Customs of the Week. We really appreciate it, you guys. We know we've been slacking for the past couple weeks on YouTube, but we do have 3 videos this week. One today when you guys watch this one tomorrow, Tuesday, and one the next day, Wednesday. So hopefully you guys aren't too mad at us.
So we do have one huge favor to ask of you guys. We really, really would appreciate it if you guys went and showed some love to all the artists that we featured in today's episode. Go ahead and let them know that you saw them on our episode of Customs of the Week. And if you guys are interested in being featured, make sure you're using our hashtag Customs of the Week. It's growing greatly. It's really cool. That's the first place we go to check for new stuff and to find new artists to feature in the episodes, and then we do some other types of searches and stuff, but that's our go-to place, so make sure you're using that if you are interested in being featured. So we would greatly appreciate that from you guys. So if you guys aren't already, make sure you're subscribed to the page. If you guys are enjoying our weekly series, Customs of the Week, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it, and we will see you guys next week.